Good day, children. In this video, we will learn what is future continuous tense and future perfect tense. As you already have learned about future perfect tense in the previous video 11.4. Now let us get into the video. To start with future continuous tense. Example, I will be playing the sitar. This sentence is in the future continuous tense. The future continuous tense describes an action that will continue over a period of time in the future. It has the form, the subject plus will be plus verb plus ing. Verb plus ing is nothing but present participle. Okay? I will be playing. Subject plus will be plus present participle. Okay? So this is how we use future continuous tense. As we have already discussed this before in future perfect tense, like before another action or before specific time. Okay, we'll use this tense before another action or before specific time. When there are two actions with one in the middle of another, it's nothing but before another action. When he is in Pune, he will be meeting his school friends. When the action is pre-arranged before a pre-arranged time, before a pre-arranged schedule. Okay, I will be traveling to Kochi next week before specific time. Okay, so here the specific time is next week. And where is our tense? I will be traveling to Kochi next week. When he is in Pune, he will be meeting his school friends before another action. See this? Remember, we have already learned this in future perfect tense. Now I'm just giving you an example. Okay, before specific time. Then again the same thing is followed in here in future perfect tense. Just a reminder. Okay, by next July, they will have finished 8th standard. They will have started with 9th standard. They will have bought new books. Before another action. What is the another action here? Before the train arrive, we will have reached the station. We will have reached the station. Before you arrive, it will have stopped raining. It will have stopped raining. Before another action, which is before you arrive, before the train arrive. Okay, before a specific time. So what is the specific time here? Next July is the specific time here. Okay. What is future perfect tense? Anyway, it is also called as future perfect progressive tense. Okay. But what is it? When do we use it? How do we use it? Why do we need to say that by time I will have been working? Now let us get into this future perfect continuous tense. By next July, I will have been studying 9th standard. Okay. Why do we need to say by that time I will have been studying or working? A verb. Why we need to say such kind of thing in future perfect continuous tense? And what is the difference between future perfect tense and future perfect continuous tense? Now let us see. So we know from the name itself that this tense has something to do with the future and it has something to do with the action continuously. Okay, we want to understand how long something will have been going on before a particular time or event in the future. Okay, so now just imagine that you and your friend are having a conversation. Okay, and you say, by next July, I will have been studying 9th standard. Or you and your sister is having a conversation. Okay, so you say that by next July, I will have been studying 9th standard. Okay, so we are thinking about the future and saying what will happen continuously or continuing at that point in the future. Okay, So what is the difference in saying in the sentence future perfect continuous tense and future perfect tense, which we learned in the previous video? Now listen. Future perfect continuous tense and future perfect tense are similar, but it has difference. Okay. If I say they will have started with 9th standard, it's just like a fact. Okay. Just in the way we say it. But when we say by next July, we will have been studying 9th standard, or I will have been studying 9th standard. Okay, the stress in the word, okay, the emphasis is on how long the duration is. Okay, it shows the continuity of how long the duration is. The continuation, I will have been studying 9th standard. Now let us see the sentence structure. Subject plus helping verb will have been and verb plus ing. Okay. By next week, we will have been celebrating Diwali. Okay. By next week, we, subject, will have been the helping verb, celebrating, present participle, celebrating Diwali. Okay. One more example. By next July, I will have been studying here for 9 years. Okay. Again, the same thing is followed here. We use future continuous tense and future perfect tense or future perfect continuous tense at a specific time before another action. Okay. Okay. At a specific time. Next November, we will have been living in this house for 6 years. Okay. If someone is asking you a question like, how long have you been living here? And you say, by next November, we will have been living here for 6 years. Because you like the place, you like the area, or you love the house. Yes. Before another action. By the time the guests arrive, I will have been cooking all day. So I will be exhausted. What is that? Before another action. Before the guests arrive, I will have been cooking all the day. So all the day I'm cooking. I'm cooking and cooking and cooking. So I will be exhausted. I will be very tired. What is common expression? It's nothing but we add something before the tense. Okay? To fill up the context. To give a complete sentence. By this Saturday, by next month, by 2025, by next summer, or by next winter, for 6 years. So you're saying how long something have been going on. For plus the period of time for 5 years or 5 months or 5 winters. So you could say anything with for as long as it is a period of time. For example, next November, we will have been living in this house for 6 years. For plus period of time. Okay. Stative verbs indicates the state or condition of a particular situation. Okay. It could be of mental condition or a mental state. It could be of emotional, or to show possessiveness, to show possession. Okay. For example, some mental stative verbs which we cannot use it with the continuous tenses, like know, believe, realize. Okay, these are mental stative verbs. Okay, and emotional kind of verbs, which is love, hate, prefer, the other kind of stative verbs. Okay, next, to show possession. Okay, to show the belongings, which is own. Okay, the ownership of something you possess or possession. You own this house, or I own this house. It belongs to me. Okay, these words cannot be used in continuous tenses. Now let us see the sentence structure. Subject plus will have been plus verb plus ing. Okay. Now let's review the positive sentence and then the negative and then the question form. By the time I arrive at Chennai, I will have been driving for 12 hours. So subject doesn't matter. You can say he will have been driving for 12 hours, she will have been driving for 12 hours, they will have been driving for 12 hours. Now, changing into a negative form. By the time I arrive at Chennai, I will not have been driving for 12 hours, I will have been driving for 14 hours. Okay, I'm not driving for 12 hours, but I'm driving for 14 hours. Okay, just to put a not after will not have been driving. It's a negative form. Next, question. Will I have been driving for 12 hours? Just asking a question to myself. Will I have been driving for 12 hours? Common question expression before will is how long? How long will you have been driving before you reached Chennai? Okay, before you reach Chennai. How long will have you been driving before you reach Chennai? So your answer will be for 14 hours or for 12 hours. Okay? How will you use contractions here? And note, contractions are used only for informal writing. Okay? And not for formal writing like email, formal email, or academic purpose or business letters. It should not be used for formal writings. Okay? You shouldn't use contractions to formal writing. As I said before, you know this rule. Okay. By 2025, we will have been studying in college. Now, what is the contraction form for we will? We'll, I'll, you'll, they'll, he'll, she'll. Okay? By 2025, the government, or by 2025, it'll have been working with different rules and regulations. Okay? So here I'm pointing out the government, so I can use it, and it is pronounced as it'll. So if you cannot pronounce it properly, you can go with the full form of it will. Okay? By 2025, the government will have been working with different rules and regulations. Next, using contraction form in negative sentence. By 2025, we will not have been studying in school. So, I won't have been studying in school. You won't have been studying in school. We won't have been studying in school. She won't have been studying in school. He won't have been studying in school. Okay? By 2025, the government again, or I can say it won't have been working with the same rules. By 2025, it won't have been working with the same rules.